Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Harry Maguire expect to stay at Manchester United. Harry Maguire expect to stay at Manchester United this month amid the shock speculation that Aston Villa could sign him. Manchester Evening News claim the centre-back has endured a tough campaign with the Red Devils and has made just 4 starts in the Premier League under manager Erik Ten Hag. Despite this, he remains a key player under the Dutchman, who is expected to start him in the upcoming Carabao quarter-final against Charlton Athletic. Furthermore, the 52-year-old wants to keep him at Old Trafford until the summer at least. Meanwhile, there were shock claims that Maguire could be heading to Villa after he was spotted in Birmingham yesterday. However, he is believed to have gone to the Belfry to play golf. Both United and Maguire have reportedly laughed off the surprise transfer speculation. Maguire has clearly fallen down the pecking order for the central defensive positions. Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof were picked over him before the World Cup. In the season restart, we have seen Luke Shaw get the nod to play in central defense as well. Hence, the £26 million rated star should be evaluating his future options away from the Red Devils. However, a move is only expected in the summer when United may pursue another centre-back. United are working on a limited loan budget to sign a new striker this month. It does not make sense to part ways with Maguire and leave another void to fill for the second half of the season. Hence, his situation should be assessed in the summer. If United manage to secure a quality replacement, there is a possibility that Maguire could be playing for a Premier League rival next term. Antony missed Manchester United fixture due to a car crash. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag gave simply a one-word response last week when asked why Antony was not in his matchday squad against Bournemouth. He replied simply, "Injured," before swiftly moving on, with Antony reappearing at Manchester United training the next day. After making his comeback against Everton, Antony told Brazilian outlet TNT Sports the following: "I also feel revealed as in the last few days I had a shock, but I prefer not to comment on what happened. It was a personal matter, really hard, but I am very grateful to God for putting this behind me now." The Mirror reports Antony was involved in a car crash on the M56 motorway on New Year's Eve after Manchester United's win over Wolverhampton. Antony's BMW X6 was said to have been destroyed with the player left shaken up. Thankfully, he survived in full health, and it makes perfect sense why he was subsequently left out of the game against Bournemouth, which Manchester United won 3-0. Antony made a successful return to Manchester United's starting lineup against Everton in the FA Cup on Friday. He opened the scoring in the 3-1 win, netting his 4th goal for the club and his first since early October. It was a typically extravagant display from the Brazilian, who celebrated an eye-catching piece of skill with a social media post after the game. Antony will have a big part to play for Manchester United across 2023 and beyond, and it's a relief to hear and see that he is okay and able to put this incident behind him. Erik Ten Hag says Anthony Martial is vital to Manchester United's pressing game. Erik Ten Hag has talked up Anthony Martial and the role he has played in Manchester United's recent run of good form. Ten Hag has already recorded his press conference for Tuesday's game against Charlton, speaking after Friday's 3-1 win over Everton. Marcus Rashford is the man getting all the headlines, and Ten Hag was asked about the other players in the front line and whether they can step up with more goals. Ten Hag says he thinks the 27-year-old Frenchman can do that as he continues his journey back to full fitness, where he can string together 90 minutes regularly. Ten Hag said of Martial's fitness the following: "He cannot match at this moment the load of many games. That's why we are looking for another striker. It's not about if we don't rely on him, but the physical load is not at this moment so high that he can play every third game of every third day a game of 90 minutes, so I have to manage that together with him. So we are really on the thin line at this moment because of his profile, but the quality of Anthony Martial is so important for our match, for our game. He has the right movements, his ball security, so he brings a lot for the team, pressing, let's not forget that. So we need that profile to be a threat, and also Marcus Rashford takes benefit from that. I am not concerned about that only Marcus Rashford has so many goals because I am convinced that other players like Martial had a great preseason under Ten Hag and seems well suited to the Dutchman's approach, but we are still yet to see the best of him on a consistent basis this season. He has not been fully fit regularly, and even though this run of matches since the World Cup is his best sequence of the season, it's clear from Ten Hag's comment that he still has more fitness work to do. Erik Ten Hag responds to Man United fan asking to sign Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham. Manchester United boss Erik Ten Hag came up with a hilarious response to Red Devils supporters asking for his side to make a move for Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe. The Red Devils are currently in the midst of their work for the January transfer window, with a forward remaining high on their shopping list following the exit of Cristiano Ronaldo. It appears that supporters have lofty ambitions, with video footage having emerged. In a clip uploaded to TikTok, United boss Ten Hag is shown being mobbed by fans in his car as he attempts to leave the club's Carrington training base. One keen supporter then attempted to have a say on the Red Devils' transfer targets and suggested swoops for two of the most sought-after young talents in world football. They said, "Erik, do you think you are going to sign Jude Bellingham or Mbappe?" To which the United boss replied, "I want to, but..." Another fan then interjected by suggesting that the Red Devils should sign both, with Ten Hag then producing a typically witty reply. "Do you have some pennies for me?" the Dutchman asked. United notably do not have a lot of funds in January with which to do their business, with football director John Mortov confirming that there were no plans to spend heavily. Speaking last month, he said, "January is a difficult time to find players that teams are willing to let go. It's no secret that we are looking for a new center forward. We'll see what's possible in January, but we only want to bring in players who are good enough and who will make the squad stronger. We are not going to sign players for the sake of making signings. You also need to remember that we invested over £200 million in the squad last summer, and as a club, we need to remain financially disciplined and compliant with FFP rules. So while we will be exploring options, I don't expect it to be a busy January window on the men's side." Manchester United interested in acquiring out-of-contract Inter Milan striker Edin Dzeko. Under Erik Ten Hag, Manchester United seem to be on track to achieve all the aims they had set prior to the start of the season. The Red Devils are currently 4th, level on points with Newcastle United in 3rd, while having a game in hand. They have also reached the 4th round of the FA Cup. The only thing holding back the team is the lack of an out-and-out striker, following the acrimonious departure of last season's top goal scorer Cristiano Ronaldo. Initially, quite a few high-profile names were linked with the 20-time English League champions, but following news that the club can afford only loan deals, noise surrounding those moves have died down. The most prominent players linked with a short-term move to Old Trafford are Joao Felix of Atletico and Weghorst of Burnley, currently on loan at Besiktas. Another surprising name has now entered the fray via Calcio Mercato web, Edin Dzeko. United fans will not have the fondest of memories of Dzeko, considering his stand at city rivals Manchester City. The reports reads the following. In recent weeks, we have seen possible interest from Manchester United for Edin Dzeko's transfer. The Red Devils are in fact looking for a striker, and the former City would really be the right man, their reports read. The Inter Milan striker has been on fire this season, with 10 goals and 4 assists in 23 games across all competitions. In fact, he is their top scorer this season. These rumors have started due to the fact that the Bosnian's contract with the Nerazzurri is set to expire next summer, with no deal in the pipeline. The Italian outlet have also revealed that Champions League holders Real Madrid are also in the hunt for Dzeko's signature on a temporary basis. Fabrizio Romano reveals Yann Sommer no longer a priority for Manchester United. Yann Sommer was reported to be high up on the goalkeeper list due to his contract expiring next summer. However, recently, it had emerged that Sommer had agreed a verbal agreement with Bayern München. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has now indicated that the Red Devils are no longer pursuing the Swiss international as a priority. Their main intention currently is to agree a long-term deal with De Gea, whose contract is also set to expire in 2023. Romano went on to say, Manchester United discussed Yann Sommer internally but never opened concrete talks to sign the Borussia Mönchengladbach goalkeeper, who is also a target for Inter Milan. Man United are working to extend David De Gea's contract. Talks are ongoing, Romano wrote in his exclusive Couch Offside column on Substack. It remains to be seen if United go after their other priority targets next summer. Currently, they have signed Jack Butland as a backup. Manchester United set to make a move for Antoine Griemzann. Manchester United are set to make a move for Atletico Madrid and France forward Antoine Griemzann as they look to bolster their forward line. Griezmann enjoyed an impressive World Cup with France and Qatar. The Atleti forward played in a deeper midfield role for France, showing his immense ability when given more responsibility on the ball. As Griezmann gets older, we could see a permanent transition into a deeper role, similar to what we saw with Wayne Rooney at Manchester United. Now, according to Mediafoot, United are set to make a move for Griezmann as they look to bring in attacking reinforcement, with Cristiano Ronaldo's contract being terminated last year. Griezmann will be out of contract at the end of the season, so Manchester United could secure themselves a bargain. There is a good chance Griezmann would be brought in as an attacking option for Manchester United, but his versatility could make him a useful member of their squad. Griezmann is still considered a key player at Atletico and started the recent game against Barcelona, so it would be a surprise if they don't offer him a new deal. Wout Weghorst does not want to miss Man United's opportunity. Wout Weghorst does not want to miss out on the opportunity of joining Manchester United this month, according to Turkish outlet DHA. The Dutch striker is currently on a season-long loan at Beşiktaş from Burnley. The Istanbul outfit have the option to buy him for 10 million euros. Hence, Weghorst needs the permission of Beşiktaş to secure a loan switch to Old Trafford, and the next few days could decide his fate. Beşiktaş are eyeing a compensation fee but will also want a replacement for Weghorst. The club are currently open to re-signing Vincent Aboubakar, but a move depends on whether his contract with Al Nassr is terminated. Weghorst was spotted waving goodbye to Beşiktaş fans yesterday, and it was shortly reported that a loan transfer to United could be very close. However, the move is complicated at the moment. Beşiktaş have the right to keep him, having agreed an option to buy at the start of the season. They are unlikely to release him without a compensation fee. This could also mean that United have to offer a high loan package to the Clarets. One thing in United's favour is Weghorst's stance. The Dutchman is determined to join the club, while manager Erik ten Hag is a big admirer of him. Weghorst would be a decent stopgap signing for United. He has a strong physical and aerial presence and has the knack for making goal contributions. This season, he has registered 9 goals and 4 assists from 18 games for Beşiktaş. He also scored 2 key goals against Argentina at the World Cup. Ten Hag had good success with Sebastian Haller as the target man at Ajax. He will be hoping to replicate the same with Weghorst if he joins United. I will be uploading daily Man United news show, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.